In the headlines of this hour on VTV News. Party chief calls for efforts to realizing party goals in the critical period from 2025 to 2030. Later on, State President Leung Keung attended Homeland Spring 2025 event in Hanoi. Prime Minister Phie begins official visit to the Czech Republic to elevate relations to strategic partnership.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is currently 8 a.m. local time and you're tuning into 30 minutes of VTV News. I'm Dylan Lei with the latest updates. Now, on the 95th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of Vietnam and in celebration of the upcoming Lunar New Year festival, a meeting of members of the party central committees from different terms was held on Monday morning at the party central committee's headquarters. Party General Secretary Tulip delivered a keynote address at the event.
In his remarks, Party General Secretary Tulip emphasized the responsibility that current leadership and party members bear in advancing the nation's historical missions. The party chief stressed the need for unified awareness and rigorous adherence to the party leadership and governance principles. He called for substantial and effective economic restructuring, aligning growth with innovation based on science, technology, and digital transformations with a focus on human-centered development. Further priorities include advancing cultures and social progress, safeguarding national sovereignty and territorial integrity, maintaining political and social stability, and enhancing international relations and integration. During the event, Party General Secretary Tulip presented the prestigious Gold Star Order, the party highest honor, to former Party General Secretary Nông Đức Mạnh and former Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng for their extraordinary contributions to the party and nation revolutionary cause. The party chief also posthumously awarded the Ho Chi Minh Order to former State President Trần Đại Quang. Additionally, State President Leung Keung and National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn awarded party insignias to former Politburo members and Party Central Committee members in recognition of their service.
Party General Secretary Tulip chaired the first meeting of the Central Steering Committee on the Development of Science, Technology, Innovation, and Digital Transformation. That is also the first time the Steering Committee members specified developing an index system to monitor, supervise, and evaluate the implementation of Resolution 57. Within the first quarter of 2025, the party chief urged issuing an implementation plan for Resolution 57, allocating science and technology experts to party committees, proposing legal and financial reforms, reorganizing relevant organizations, and establishing special policies to attract talent. The Homeland Spring 2025 event, themed Vietnam Rising in the New Era, was held last Sunday in Hanoi. Addressing around 1,500 overseas Vietnamese, State President Leung Keung expressed deep appreciation for their unwavering support of their homeland, regardless of where they live or their circumstances. He affirmed the party and state's high regard for the contributions of overseas Vietnamese to the country's development. Moving forward, policies concerning the Vietnamese community abroad will be implemented more comprehensively. Therefore, the state president called on all citizens to unite, seize historical opportunities, and share the nation's great mission. Czech Prime Minister Phie hosted an official welcoming ceremony in Prague on Monday for Vietnamese Prime Minister Phie, who is on an official visit to the Czech Republic. During talks, the two leaders agreed to bolster Vietnam-Czech Republic relations to a strategic partnership.
Czech Prime Minister Phie warmly welcomed Prime Minister Phie, noting that the visit marked a historic milestone, the upgrade of bilateral ties on the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations. This move makes Vietnam the first Southeast Asian country to become a strategic partner of the Czech Republic. Prime Minister Phie expressed admiration for Vietnam's socio-economic development and fondly recalled his official visit to Vietnam in 2023. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh expressed Vietnam's gratitude for the Czech Republic's support in its liberation and development, reaffirming the importance of strengthening ties with the Czech Republic as a key partner in Central and Eastern Europe. The leaders agreed to elevate relations to a strategic partnership and develop an action program to enhance cooperation, particularly in defense, trade, investment, renewable energy, digital transformation, and healthcare. Prime Minister Phie welcomed Vietnam's visa exemption for Czech citizens in 2025, and both leaders committed to increasing Czech investment in Vietnam and advancing the EVFTA. The two also discussed defense cooperation, crime prevention, and resolving disputes peacefully and based on international law. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh thanked Prime Minister Phie for supporting the Vietnamese community in the Czech Republic.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh also attended the Vietnam-Czech Business Forum on Monday afternoon.
At the event, the Czech Minister of Industry and Trade welcomed Vietnam as a key strategic partner, while the Vice President of the Czech Confederation of Industry noted Vietnam's large market as a major opportunity for Czech businesses. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh highlighted four global transformations: political polarization, market diversification, greening of production, and digitalization, calling for a new approach to cooperation. He emphasized that the two countries would soon reach a $5 billion trade turnover.
I encourage businesses from both countries to connect and invest in green energy, climate change, healthcare, education, and emerging sectors like the circular, green, knowledge, and creative economies. We are committed to double-digit growth through science, technology, innovation, and digital transformation. The Vietnamese party and state have adopted a resolution focused on advancing science and technology, innovation, and digital transformation.
The Prime Minister stressed Vietnam's focus on three strategic breakthroughs: open institutions and efficient infrastructure, skilled human resources, and smart governance. Efforts include exploring railway routes and direct flights to reduce costs, streamlining procedures, and boosting competitiveness and productivity. He also shared that success relies on time, intelligence, and determination. During the visit, the Prime Minister witnessed the signing of cooperation agreements between both countries in training, music, and football development.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and his wife joined the Vietnamese community in the Czech Republic for a Homeland Spring function in Prague on Sunday evening to celebrate Tết, Vietnam's Lunar New Year festival. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh urged overseas Vietnamese, including those in the Czech Republic and Europe, to join their fellow compatriots in Vietnam in supporting the homeland's development goals for 2030 and 2045. He announced that Prague would host the first overseas Great National Solidarity Festival, reflecting the government's recognition of the Vietnamese community's achievements and contributions. National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn visited Cần Thơ City on Monday afternoon to extend New Year greetings. He praised the city's police forces' professionalism and readiness to carry out its duties. He also highlighted recent laws passed by the National Assembly, which support the police and armed forces. The top legislator urged the police to collaborate with relevant agencies to ensure public safety during Tết, combat crime, and implement National Assembly laws effectively. Earlier, he visited the An Ward in Ninh Kiều District and presented gifts to 50 policy families and low-income households. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh will attend the World Economic Forum annual meetings in Davos, Switzerland on Tuesday. This event will allow global leaders, businesses, and Vietnamese officials to discuss strategies and cooperation opportunities during the transformative shift to the smart era.
Under the theme, Cooperation in the Smart Era, this year's WEF will bring together over 3,000 leaders from nations, international organizations, and prominent global corporations. The Prime Minister will deliver key messages highlighting Vietnam's determination for strategic development over the next 2 decades.
Through this conference, we aim to understand the development trends of our time and the emerging forces shaping the global smart era. The Prime Minister's visit is expected to open new avenues for cooperation between Vietnam and leading global corporations in key sectors such as artificial intelligence, innovation investment, and high technology.
The Prime Minister will lead discussions on practical topics addressing the country's development needs, particularly regarding implementing Politburo Resolution number 57.
I was very impressed when I heard how much Vietnam has understood the need to transition into. The priority will be to integrate Vietnam even more into the global economy. So we look forward to a strong Vietnamese delegation in Davos.
The Prime Minister's visit marks the beginning of an exciting year of multilateral diplomacy for Vietnam. Through this, Vietnam will continue reaffirming its role as a reliable, responsible, and promising partner in the smart era, working towards a prosperous and sustainable future for all.
Coming up next on VTV News. The agriculture sector boosts competitiveness to meet export growth targets. And later on, year-end party from Vietnam Food Banking Network. Welcome back to VTV News Live. Now, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has set a target for the agricultural sector to reach $70 billion in export revenues and achieve GDP growth of 3.5 to 4% in 2025. To meet this goal, the sector must enhance the global competitiveness of Vietnamese agricultural products. While external challenges such as climate change and market barriers persist, competitiveness remains a critical internal issue.
The fruit industry is making remarkable progress as new agricultural exports join the billion-dollar club annually. This production facility has implemented digitalization and automation to meet stringent international market standards. However, to stay competitive with similar products from other countries, the sector needs a workforce trained in modern agricultural practices.
Our agricultural engineers come from renowned universities. With their formal education, hands-on experience, and knowledge of technical standards like global gap, they adapt quickly.
Only 10% of agricultural output undergoes processing, while exporting raw agricultural goods at high costs remains a critical weakness. These structural issues need to be addressed.
Transportation costs now account for up to 40% of agri-food prices, which reduces competitiveness. Further efforts are required to align our prices with global ones.
Research institutes are now shifting their efforts toward enhancing the sector's competitiveness.
The application of biotechnology, particularly genetic technology, remains limited as we speak. Our next focus will be on intensifying research activities, especially in genetic engineering, to advance agricultural techniques.
Moving forward, investment in agriculture, particularly in advanced technologies, must be prioritized.
Reaching $70 billion in agricultural, forestry, and fishery exports by 2025 will require unprecedented efforts across the sector. The three pillars essential to building Vietnam's agricultural strength are innovations in seed development, production infrastructure, and processing technology.
Tân Sơn Nhất International Airport has entered the peak Lunar New Year 2025 travel period. To ensure hassle-free travel for passengers, the airport is implementing measures to minimize congestion during this busy period.
After working in the United States for nearly 20 years, this is Chang's first state homecoming. She was able to quickly get through the airport due to the automated immigration process and the support of airport staff.
There are a lot of people, but the service is very friendly and efficient. It didn't take long at all.
I am so excited to return home. This time it was very fast. Once I got off the plane, I was able to go straight through without delay.
Tan Son Nhat is focusing on optimizing operational procedures in a flexible and innovative manner, improving efficiency through digital transformation.
The airport has organized its activities through the AOCC Center, which coordinates all operations. Representatives from relevant units are stationed here to collaborate and make decisions regarding the overall operation.
Tan Son Nhat Airport has adjusted its flight scheduling parameters to meet the demand for travel during peak days. The airport is requiring all non-aviation service providers to ensure the quality of their services.
On Monday morning, the Ho Chi Minh City Labor Federation organized a day trip for 140 workers and their families returning home for the holiday. Notably, this is the first year that the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor and the Vietnam Railway Corporation met the full round-trip ticket price for workers at a cost of nearly 2 billion Vietnam dong. Along with the union train, the Ho Chi Minh City Labor Federation supported 45,000 bus and plane tickets for union members and workers to return to the Central Highlands, and the Southwest regions. In Vietnam, food waste prevention is not yet law, but is encouraged through community efforts and national programs. The Vietnam Food Banking Network provides free food to vulnerable groups and helps reduce food waste. Their efforts have resulted in hot meals for those in need during the Lunar New Year.
As the Lunar New Year approaches, children eagerly await their gifts. Meanwhile, a special vehicle has brought the spring to the Vietnam Food Bank's kitchen, preparing a greater gift.
These are the ingredients for 120 sticky rice cakes for the 2025 Lunar New Year program, including meat, sticky rice, and other supplies from wholesale markets and partner farms.
About a dozen people gathered to help as soon as the ingredients arrived, with experienced hands wrapping the cakes and others cleaning leaves and preparing strings.
I live nearby, so I came to help. Some donate money, others offer their time, all to bring joy to orphan children with the cakes.
Most of today's special chefs come from food production and processing companies. Their food items are carefully prepared and delivered with heartfelt care to the children at SOS Village.
Each year, we set aside extra products to ensure orders are met, and at year-end, we donate these quality products to the children.
The moment everyone had been waiting for arrived. The festive meal with mothers, siblings, and friends from the 16 homes in SOS Village was ready.
On Monday, Lao Cai Province, in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Security, handed over homes in Liên Minh Commune, Sapa Town, and Trịnh Tường Commune, Bát Sát District. The two resettlement areas, with 65 new homes, promote cultural values and community tourism, helping locals secure stable incomes and ensuring local security. During the ceremony, land use certificates were also given to residents, with funding from the Ministry of Public Security. Local authorities and donations from various groups, 143 homes have been built at a cost of over $750,000 US. The Binh Thuận Tourism Association is hosting the 12th Bánh Chưng Festival, offering international visitors a unique opportunity to immerse themselves in Vietnam's traditional Lunar New Year celebrations. Guests can learn to wrap bánh chưng with dong leaves while learning about the cultural significance of this iconic dish. Binh Thuận Province has become a popular destination, with more than 70% of international visitors choosing its resorts for this year's state holiday. Coming up next in our world news. Humanitarian aid allowed into Gaza following Israel-Hamas ceasefire. And later on, Amsterdam celebrates Tulip Day with free picking garden. Now, moving on to our world news, the first humanitarian aid trucks arrived in Gaza on Sunday following the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. In addition to fuel, the trucks carried essential supplies such as tents, blankets, food, and medicine. The number of aid trucks will gradually increase from 600 to 800 per day. 500 trucks will remain in southern Gaza, while 300 will head north toward Gaza City and other areas. Residents were overjoyed to see the aid arriving in Gaza. The first Panda-themed tourist train service connecting Shenzhen in Guangdong Province and Chengdu in Sichuan Province, China, was opened last weekend. The train cars are decorated with images of Chengdu's famous landmarks, including pandas. This new route reduces travel time between Shenzhen and Chengdu to about 11 hours, compared to the previous 20-hour journey by car. Chengdu is a top destination for international tourists and a popular spot for domestic travelers, especially during the Lunar New Year. Indonesia's Ministry of Environment announced that it will officially launch an international carbon trading platform on January the 20th to support climate and sustainable development goals. This initiative is part of Indonesia's commitment to the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The platform, called IDX Carbon, is operated by the Indonesia Stock Exchange. The proposed carbon price is set at a minimum of $8 per ton, with adjustments based on partner needs. Indonesian officials stated that 1.7 million tons of carbon are available for trade, sourced from various national energy projects. Amsterdam will officially kicked off the tulip selling season during National Tulip Day. Thousands of people flocked to the Dutch city's Mospelplein Square to celebrate the annual event with a free pick-your-own garden. This year's National Tulip Day was dedicated to celebrating the 750th anniversary of Amsterdam's founding.
The centerpiece of National Tulip Day is the Tulip Picking Garden, which opens to the public at 1 p.m. Entrance to the garden is free. Visitors are invited to pick up to 10 tulips each, with biodegradable tulip bags provided at the entrance to encourage sustainable participation. Beyond tulip picking, the event features live music from a traditional Dutch mop orchestra, which adds to the festive atmosphere by playing popular songs like Tulpen uit Amsterdam.
You see here, so far I can look at this moment, people come from over all of the world to pick up the tulips for free. It's a gift from all the national tulip growers from the Netherlands to celebrate the start of the season.
National Tulip Day was introduced in 2012 by Tulip Promotion Netherlands, an organization representing Dutch tulip growers. Over the years, the event has grown in popularity, attracting international visitors and serving as a platform to showcase the Netherlands' iconic flower. Each year, a new tulip variety is unveiled at the celebration, often named after notable figures.
But thanks to the color, I think they are most likely to represent life and joy because they are so vibrant, and that's what I actually feel myself about.
Dutch tulip growers gave away 200,000 flowers to create the garden, from which visitors can create a bouquet.
Up next, let's have a look at the weather forecast for Vietnam and other locations in the world. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website or YouTube channel or download a mobile app VTVgo for more. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.